If you watched my last video about websites where you can ask for financial help, I read your comments, and honestly, you gave me homework. A lot of you said this platform isn't available in my country, while others told me exactly what you need help with. Medical bills, school fees, emergencies, travels, and even starting a business. Hey guys, welcome back to Heavenly Gracie Money Corner. If you're new here, I'm Gracie, and on this channel, I share legitimate way to make money online, financial opportunities, useful platforms, AI tools, and money saving tips that can help you discover new opportunities. So if that's the kind of information you're looking for, subscribe and join the family because we have plenty more coming. Now, back to today's video. I didn't just make another list because I wanted to. I made this video because I listened to you. I went through the comments from my previous video and I saw people asking for platforms that could help with medical expenses, education, emergencies, personal financial needs, travel, and other genuine courses. And most importantly, many of you said this isn't available in my country. So I went back and did more research. All right, this time I'm bringing you more fundraising platforms covering the US, UK, Europe, Africa, and international users. And I'm not just going to give you the names. I'm going to show you what each platform is actually for, who it's suitable for, and the countries or requirements you need to know about. So grab your phones because we are going to go through this website together. And please stay on to the end because one of the platforms I'm showing you may be especially useful if you are in Africa. All right, a quick disclaimer. Before we start though, remember that this is a fundraising platform, not a guaranteed free money website. So every website has its own eligibility, verification, payment, and country requirements. So please check the current rules before creating a campaign and never pay anyone who promises to guarantee donation or access to somebody else's fundraiser. Now, let's get into it. Let's start with one you've probably heard of, GoFundMe. GoFundMe is mainly used for personal fundraising and courses such as medical expenses, emergencies, education, family needs, and other situations where someone needs financial support. Okay, so you create a fundraiser, explain your situation, set a goal, and share the fundraiser with people who may want to support you. But here is the important part for everyone who complained about country availability in my last video. As of 2026, GoFundMe currently allows fundraiser to be created in 20 countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and several European countries. So Nigeria is not currently on the list of countries where you can directly receive funds through GoFundMe. So if you're watching from Nigeria, don't create an account expecting to withdraw directly. However, GoFundMe explains that someone in a supported country can potentially organize a fundraiser for someone in an unsupported country, subject to their rules and transparent arrangement for transferring the money you get. So always check the current requirement before you start. Next on my list will be Fundly. Fundly is another crowdfunding platform designed for raising money for causes and personal needs. So you can create a fundraising page, tell your story, add pictures or other information, set your fundraising goal, and share the campaign with your network. This can be useful for things like personal causes, medical needs, emergencies, community projects, and other fundraising situations. But again, don't assume that because you can visit the website, you can automatically create and withdraw from a campaign. Fundly has country restrictions, so check the eligibility requirement before you spend time creating your fundraiser. Now, let's talk about something specifically useful for the UK viewers, Crowdfunder UK. Yeah, this platform allows people to raise money for projects, causes, and community initiatives. But here's the part you need to hear. To run a project on Crowdfunder UK, you currently need to be at least 18 and have a UK registered bank account connected to a UK address. And this is important because Crowdfunder UK specifically says that online payment accounts such as Wise or Revolut don't satisfy this UK bank account requirement. So if you're outside the UK and you only have a virtual UK payment account, don't assume that means you're eligible. Now, this one is particularly interesting. Chuffed.org. Chuffed allows fundraising for courses including health and medical needs, school and education, social welfare, disaster relief, disability, homelessness, community project, volunteering, and personal courses. And here is why I wanted it in this video. Chuffed supports campaigners in several countries, including the United Kingdom, United States, Australia, Canada, and South Africa as well, as a number of European countries as well. So yes, my South African viewers, this one is worth checking out. If your country isn't supported, Chuffed says you may still be able to run a campaign through a partner organization or individual in a supported country. Yeah, subject to its rule. So you also need the appropriate bank account, address, and identification for the country you're using. Now, let's move to something more international. GoGetFunding. This is a platform for raising money for things that matters to you, including personal courses, emergencies, events, projects, and more. The platform says it has helped people around the world raise money online, and I really want to emphasize something here. Crowdfunding doesn't mean you upload a story today and strangers automatically send you money tomorrow. You have to share your campaign. Your friends, family, community, followers, and supporters are usually a huge part of where donation comes from. So GoGetFunding itself has even addressed the misconception that it is simply a website where strangers hand people money. So if you use this platform, think of it as a tool for building and sharing a fundraiser, not a magic ATM. You get that? Not a magic ATM. Now, this one is for a very specific need. Travel. Yeah. It's called FundMyTravel. If you're trying to raise money for a trip, study abroad, or internship, volunteering, or another travel-related experience, this is one you should check. You create your campaign, you explain your trip, add photos or videos, connect your payment processor, and then share your campaign. The platform specifically focuses on travelers rather than trying to cover every possible type of fundraiser. And they also explain that you don't have to wait until your entire fundraising goal is reached before receiving the donation. There is also a fee, although that will be taken from more like a percentage from the money you raise from the crowdfunding. You understand? So just check the current pricing before you start. Now let's go to Europe. Ulule, I don't know if I pronounced it well. Ulule is a crowdfunding platform where people can raise money for projects and creative ideas. This could include things like creative projects, products, businesses, arts, publishing, and other projects. But there is a very important eligibility requirement. Ulule says you can launch a campaign from anywhere in the world, but the bank account used to receive the funds need to be in a supported area, including the SEPA zone, the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, with residency requirements applying to some of those countries, including the UK. So again, website available worldwide does not automatically mean withdrawals are available worldwide. You understand? So that's exactly why I'm giving you the country information. Now, this one I really want my African viewers to pay attention to. Why donate? Why donate allows individual and organization to raise money for things like healthcare, education, and personal courses. And according to its current country list, people can start fundraiser from a large number of countries, including Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and several other African countries. It also supports many European countries, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the countries across other regions. To register and receive donation, Why Donate says you need identification and a valid bank account. So this is one of the platforms I would definitely tell viewers to check if they complain that the platform in my previous video weren't available in their country. Now, let's make something very clear. Not every crowdfunding platform is for asking for emergency financial help. Kickstarter is different. Kickstarter is primarily for creative projects. We are talking about things like film, music, games, technology, fashion, publishing arts, design, and other creative projects. You can create a project, set a goal and deadline, and people can pledge money to support it. But Kickstarter uses an all or nothing model. That means if your campaign doesn't reach its funding goal by the deadline, the pledges aren't completed and creators can't launch from just anywhere. Kickstarter currently has a specific list of countries where creators can launch their projects, including the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and several European and Asian countries. So this one is better for someone with a project or creative idea, not someone simply looking for help with a medical bill. Another one for project is Indiegogo. Yeah, this platform is particularly known for crowdfunding products, technology, innovation, and creative ideas. So if you're developing a product or have an idea that you want people to support, this is a platform worth researching. Again, this isn't the type of platform I would recommend to someone saying, I need money for hospital bills. Different platforms serve different purposes. That's why I'm not just giving you a random list. I'm telling you what each one is actually for. So if you're a filmmaker or you're working on a film or video project, take a look at Seed&Spark. Yeah, this platform focuses on film and creative projects. So if your goal is to raise money for a movie, documentary, or any other film project, this may be more relevant to you than a general personal fundraising website. But once again, check the current creator eligibility before setting up your campaign. And I really want to include an African option, GiveDay. This is particularly interesting for people looking for fundraising option connected to Africa. You can look at it for needs such as medical support, education, emergencies, and other courses. This is actually the kind of platform I wanted to bring into this second video because so many of you told me, please find something that works in Africa. But even with African platform, always check the current requirements, the supported countries, withdrawal method, and verification rules before you start. And there you have it. I didn't make this video because I wanted to throw another list of websites at you. I made it because I read your comments. Yes, I saw people asking about medical bills. I saw people asking about education. I saw people asking about emergencies. I saw people asking about travel, and I saw so many of you saying this isn't available in my country. So I went back and searched for more options. But please remember, a fundraising platform doesn't guarantee that you will receive money. Your campaign still needs to follow the platform's rules, and you usually need to tell your story clearly and share your fundraiser with people who may support it. And please be careful. Don't pay someone just because they promise to activate your fundraiser or guarantee donations. Don't give anyone your password, your OTP, or banking logins. And don't create a fake emergency just to raise money. Use this platform honestly. If you watched my first video and your country wasn't covered, tell me your country in the comment. I'm reading them. And if enough of you from one country comments, guess what? That could be my next video. So share this with someone who genuinely needs this information. Save it for later, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.